Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hello there, my name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. It is good to be here. How is everyone doing on this fine Thursday? How are you doing? How are you doing? I don't know why I did that in that accent, but anyway, it's fine. My accents are all over the show anyway. Oh, how goes for everyone? How goes? Ah, all right. So today is gonna be more work in Live2D, and we are going to be meshing things. So we are, as the title says, meshing a lot, which means we are going to be placing lots and lots of little dots. That is what today is going to consist of. It's going to be placing lots and lots of little dots. So if you need some visual ASMR of just going through the process of meshing things out, well, I guess that this counts, I suppose. No sound effects. Every half an hour there is going to be a hydrate reminder that goes off, so that is a little bell, a little kitchen timer that goes off. I just shared a picture of that over on my socials as well. It is super cute. I love it. And yes, so when you hear the little thing go, that is our signal that it is time to hydrate. And I will be letting you guys know as well when it happens what it's going off for those of us who came in after this little descriptive point. But yes, that is what is going to be happening this day. So let us dive right in, and as we go through we shall, I don't know, have a nice yap, place our spots. There are a couple of meshes here that I've already sort of done, but there's a lot still to do. I think I'm going to start over here and then move on to the other ones that are slightly more irregular thereafter. And let me just put down the outlines as well, just so that there is a little bit of distinction, so that you can find me, because I do kind of look a little bit like the UI, all black and green. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, and yes, let us go in here and start meshing. But first, what I want to do is I want to come over to the skirt correction and switch that off. And now what I want to do is, you'll notice that this skirt has pieces that are basically identical. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with one of these, like that. Actually, we're going to take one over, grab you, a little bit up, you, and you, and you, and you. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this mesh in a modular fashion. duplicate it. And carry that across. Or copy it across to the other pieces as necessary. So we're just gonna go along all of our edges here. Make sure that they're nicely secured. And keep on placing. Like that. Almost got it. Alright, now grab this and just make sure that it is in fact flat. Okay, grab this entire section, copy, move it along. Alright, next section. Something like that. I'll correct that one later. I am so glad I did this in a modular fashion already. There we go. Almost there. We'll soon be able to focus on combining and customizing. Okay, so this bunch immediately gets collapsed in and up. Okay, close this edge. Then over here. Close that edge. There we go. And that one. Like that. Tweak that a bit. There we go. Let me just do the top edge bunch and get them out the way, so that I can work systematically in both directions without having to worry about losing track of where I last was. Okay, then come down to this one. And this one. And here. Okay, then let's see. Here we've got to do some smart repositioning. Rid of that bunch. Let's see what we can get right here. Put that there, okay. That should do it. Alright, that was a lot faster than I was anticipating. And I needed to write that down, oh no. That was... Right. I needed to just grab that number before I forgot. Okay, that's behaving properly there. Cursor tracking, I just want to see. Okay. That will behave. The next section that needs to be meshed is going to be, that's all connected. I believe it's going to be the shear. So let's grab these all together. Actually, grab that, clear it, mirror edit on. There we go. Less work. Okay. Then here, also take that, clear it. Something like that ought to do the trick. Let's just cut these along the lines of least distortion. Okay. And then the sheer sparkle doesn't need to get remeshed, it can stay on a square. That one is set, that one is set. Next, let's do this one. I don't need the mirror edit. Okay, that ought to do the trick there. Clear that one. Clear that one. Bump you just up. Like so. Alright. You are also going to be on one of these, but you're going to be on, I think, 30. Less than 30. $20, $15, $15. There we go. Okay. And then that needs to get clipped down onto our bodice piece, which is there. So that gets clipped down to the bodice base. There we go. All right, next. It's gonna be, those are gonna stay as are, as is. Let's go with this piece, I think. Let's take this one next. There we go. That's our hydrate. So everyone acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage and let's take a sip. And also Keith Manta, hello, welcome in. How goes? Your timing is great. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Next 30 minutes, sit. Okay. It's definitely a very different experience dealing with a timer with it being a mechanical thing now. I'm doing well. Hey, that's good news. That's good news. This needs to be tighter. It's not gonna fly. Let me do it properly the first time. Otherwise I'm gonna hate myself. Okay, that is a bit better. There we go. My second oldest brother is coming over to the house soon. We may play some games on my Xbox. Nice! Hope you guys have fun. I really hope this works out. I feel like I have already lost the plot in terms of spacing. That's fine. This thankfully is not on a mirror mesh. Modifier, for lack of not knowing what it's called when the mirror edit checkbox is selected. It's basically a modifier, right? No, it's not a modifier, because a modifier would probably behave differently. Okay, next. What I do want to do is I want to grab that, copy, and paste. And grab that, copy, and paste. Next, drop you and drop you. Okay. Next we grab... Nope. You guys, copy. And paste. There we go, there we go. Right, now, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's just close this off for now. Okay, then up here we continue. This is going pretty well so far, actually, in terms of speed. We have already meshed way more pieces than I thought we would in the first hour, so yay! We'll see how far we actually manage to get this day. Because the meshing is one of the longest parts of the process, so if we can get this done, it will be a huge, huge, huge step in the right direction. Okay. Now, let's have a look. Let me do this. Source image, delete unused layers, delete unused layers, delete unused layers, delete unused layers, delete unused layers. Drop that in there. Drop that in there. Delete. Drop that in there. Delete. Drop that in there. Delete. Drop that in there. Drop that in there. Save. There we go. Let's just see what happens with that. Okay. Okay, should be good. All right. Now let's see. Get rid of those. That should not need to exist. Okay, next one. Undo. Okay, whatever happened there? I have no idea. Okay, next is gonna be... Which piece next? Let's go systematically down the line. Alright, nearly there on this one. Okay, next we need to grab those, copy, paste. Copy, paste, and come back here. Let me just quickly protect this crest. There we go. Next, what we need to do is those work. This one. Thankfully, these don't have much in the way of hard internal lines that need protecting. And that's another hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest staple consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. There we go. What's everyone drinking? What are we all drinking today? I'm on water at the moment. Let me just put something on my lips before they crack again. Come on, you. let him open up. There we go. Just needed to get that sorted. I got the immediate premonition that, oh no, something was going to break from dehydration again. Because earlier today I did not hydrate properly at all. But so it goes. Nearly at the end of this piece. And then we get to symmetrical stuff. Or maybe before I go into the symmetrical stuff I need to do some glue work. Maybe I should do that. Keep the brain fresh. Okay, where's the break? Yeah. All right. So now we grab pretty much all of that, as well as you, and you, and you. Copy. And paste. flip horizontally, and paste. Okay, I'll come back to that. That works, okay. Now we take this and make it all red. Take that and make you all red. All right. Here, grab that bunch, bind, make that all red, make that all red. Grab you and you, edit, bind, make it red. Grab you. Bind. Make it red. Grab you. Bind. Make it red. Let's do this one this way. Grab you, bind. Make it red. Okay, hopefully that will work. All right. Now what we need to do is grab that, and that. Put this in to SK informers. Okay. Now we go. This needs to be at least 35. And I want one on that side. And let's go... I'm not gonna bother really with the others, so it'll go there as well. One there. Scale and make tight. Like that. Okay. Call this one is X. And is Y. There we go. Create. Make tight. And make tight. There we go. And that is second skirt front one. Alright. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do same over here. First what I want to do is I want to come over here. Let's fold the length because it is a long piece. And grab the tacit and hide it. Okay, now what we want to do is here. No, I don't want it to be 35, I just want it to be 30. So 1, 2, 3, from here down. So 1, 2. Actually, I want to start at the bottom and work upwards. Okay. Like that. And that. And that. Next. There. And there. There. And like so. And also. Like that. And like that, and I am probably going to need to tone this down in the end, but it's fine, we'll get there. It's easier to tone something down than to expand it, so... Am I doing the done at the moment? Yes, because I'm going to struggle to track time if I mix these jobs at the moment. So, I've been physicsing for about what? Alex, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How goes? How long have I been physicsing for? About 15 minutes? Approximately 15 minutes. It's going alright? That's good news, that's good news. Let's continue with physics now that I've made a note in the time about where I changed task, so that I can start keeping track of which tasks take how long, so that I can update my estimates accordingly. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And 3. Okay. Next. One. 2. and 3. All right. Next one. 1. 2. And 3. Next. One. 2. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Last one on this row. Just like that. Next. One. 2. Almost there, almost there. We are slowly getting there. Three. Okay. 2 more sections left. One. And 2. And on this side. And 3. Methinks. I need to change up how I did these. From about here, let's see. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So then here we're going to clear and redo. So for these we're going to go only 2. One, 1, 2, 2, next row, 1, 1, 2, 2, last set, 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, so that's that one. Clear that. Just keeping an eye over here because I'm checking for a response to a thing. I'm just thinking. Making sure that I'm not doing the dumb. Copy. Paste. I don't need a position adjustment. So you go away. You get renamed into Fizz Y. Change Y1, change Y2, change Y3, change Y4, change Y5, change Y6, undo, where did 5 go? I don't know, change Y5, change Y6, change Y7, change Y8, and that is time for a hydrate. So everyone acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage and let's take a sip. Hoo-wee! Giku, hello, hello. How's the modal work today going? The skirt is looking so good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is going pretty well so far. We are doing a lot of meshing and physics work today to get all of the outfit pieces ready to functionally move and get slapped onto the body deformers when they are actually in place. So yes, we are making steady progress. I have got the primary skirt piece working. Currently getting the secondary layer, which is this top layer, going as well. I just need to get these front sections across so that we can do a mirror flip on those. Do you animate each ripple individually? You're so strong for that. It takes time, but it is so worth it to get the flow in place. I learned that the hard way while working on the previous model. But what I'm going to do this time to save me some sanity is that for the back sections, everything that is on the same depth level is on the same layer. So I'm not going to have a separate individual warp deformer for each one of these pleats, because I did that last time and I weep. But anyway, it's time for a hydrate, so let's just quickly do that real quick. There we go. Water required. Reset our timer. It's really nice actually having this be a tactile thing, because now you guys know exactly what's going on. You know how the timer is actually being operated. You can't hear the ticking, I don't think. I think my microphone is set so that you can't hear the ticking. But it's actually mechanically ticking. It's so cool. I just had to pull it right up next to the microphone for it to stand a chance to get picked up. But it's so super cute. It's this little fox-shaped thing. It's adorable. I love it. Oh man. I didn't do extensive hunting when it came to acquiring the timer, but I am really enjoying having something that's actually aesthetic as well as functional. Like, I'm so used to prioritizing functionality over looks in things in my space. So being able to acquire a useful thing that is actually, you know, nice looking too. It's a nice change of pace. Now these we need to reflect. Okay. And this needs to get changed still, so we were in that process. This needs to go Y9. and Y10. Okay, so now if we go over here, we should have add. This is going to be a cloth long is heavy. It's going to be on body input. All right. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pendulums. Group editing. This needs to be renamed. This needs to be X. Okay. I will duplicate it for the Y later. All right. So those are in place. Add here. Physics outfit. We're going to go physics 1 through 10. Shift doesn't work. Okay. All right. So that's a little bit hectic. So let's start by grabbing all of you guys and reducing you down to 8.5. Still quite a lot. And durations, let's grab all of you guys and edit you up to 20. Undo. Let's go reaction time. Let's go 0.8. There we go. Let's go 6.5. Nope. Okay, that's gonna work, I think. Granted, we're not seeing the full effect at the moment. Okay, duplicate it. Let's call this heavy Y. Okay. Output is Y1. Yes. Let's go increase output. Alright, that'll do the trick. That'll do the trick there. And then we'll probably gonna need to make sure that we do the same for each of these pieces. So these bridge pieces in between are not going to have their own physics deformers. But these ones absolutely must. Okay, what I do want to do though is I want to dial that up to like double, and I just want to see how that impacts the curvature. It does not. It does not impact the curvature. Okay. So 30 is our number. So create new warp deformer. Is X. Create. Make it tight. Like that. Okay. Grab those, like so. Grab you and hide for a moment. Grab you, hide for a moment. We're just focusing on this. So, also, come down to the last one, over here. Something like that. That's not the glue I was looking for. It is the glue I was looking for. Copy. Paste. Okay. Bind. Okay. Grab like that. Now why? Oh, I know why you're bending so strangely now. Because there are more of these than what we actually need. There we go, that solves the issue. All right. And then on this side. There we go. Then from here, up. And then groups of 3 up until we hit parameter 4, so. One. Two. Three. Okay, next. One. There we go. Two. Okay, and that's 3. Next. One. 2, 3. Next. One. Two. And 3. One. Two. And last one for 3. Next one is just 2, so 1. And 2. One. And 2. There we go. All right. That should do the job right there. That should do the job right there. Okay. Okay, we Physics is the long job. Physics is the long job. Next. One. Two. There we go. One. 2. Okay. Let's show those again. I just want to see. I know we haven't got the Y applied yet, but I just want to see. Okay. So those two are more or less okay. But the issue we've got now is the glue. Am I surprised by this? No, the glue is always an issue. So, we come back here. We grab those. We grab those. Remove them. Seal there because we're not going to see the top. Alright, now let's see. Right, mostly works. Now we just need to allow for the Y bounce as well. This is Y. Let's just turn that effectiveness down. We should now have... Yeah. So if we account for the Y bounce, we shouldn't have any issues now with those. So let's just dial that back up again. Alright. Now we grab you. And we go. Copy. Paste. We don't need that. Call you fizz Y. Here we go. Change Y10. Change Y9. Change Y8. Change Y7. Change Y6. Toaster, thank you for the save. Everyone who is working along, courtesy of Stale Toaster, let us all hit the save button. Hooey! Before we forget that little detail, how are you doing, Toaster? I can see you this time, yay! Yes, big yay, big yay. I forgot to mention this earlier, but my internet was being a little bit spotty earlier, so I'm kind of glad that things are mostly stable. I'm kind of really glad that things are mostly stable. I also figured out why my tracking was broken at the last time we were doing a Live2D stream on Tuesday. Turns out that the communications is very sensitive to whether or not the phone is plugged into the USB or not. And as a result, one just needs to be mindful of that when getting ready to start stream. I'm live and making progress with a new section of the course. Ooh, grand, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to need to tone these down because it's swaying too much. Distinctly too much. So I'm going to need to definitely tone down the weight of these parameters on the deformer side, so that it can't do the stupid quite so terribly badly. Okay, so the next section. I wonder, shall I? Yeah, let me just go through these ones and just double check them. So that one. Excuse you. Hello? Alright, and that is time for the next hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage and let us take a sip. Hoo-wee. That's the stuff. Alright, almost done with the first bottle of water. Yeah. Alright, next time up. 30 minutes. And off you go. Do you guys get a fright when that bell goes off? Or is it not too bad? I realize that it's about as loud as the loudest I ever speak. I think. Is that an egg timer? Yes. It is in fact a kitchen timer. Acquired because technology is great when it works, but it has a wonderful way of being overcomplicated, and I have given up on StreamerBot. I've given up on StreamerBot because as useful as it is in theory, if I can't trust it to actually open, I feel bad on my particular machine, you know. So I spent like a week and a bit troubleshooting it, and I didn't have joy with that. So, you know, when that happens, one decides, okay, what's more important? Getting the job done or using the specific tool? And the answer for me was get the job done. I did not want to necessarily use my phone timer because I don't know when my phone might be occupied with other things as needed as well. So it just made sense for me to say, okay, we're going for the kitchen timer. It's tactile. I can tell when it is actually working and not, because there is a mechanical click click sound next to me that you guys can't hear because microphone settings. It's cheap to replace if it breaks. And if I need to use it actually somewhere else in the house, I can. Without relying on, you know, lugging my computer along with me. It does the job, though. Sunghoon, hello, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Not too good? Aw, shame. I hope that your day improves from this point onwards. Yeah, definitely. In the forever relatable words of Arthur Dent, never could get the hang of Thursdays. Okay, that is first line. Tamed. Let's do same thing for the second. Let's just go through the motions. Copy, paste, and just tone everything down. Copy, paste. Next. Let's just hide this one. Copy, paste. Copy and paste. There we go. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. There we go. That definitely needs to get toned down. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. That's better. Okay. Copy, paste. Definitely needed that. All right. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, undo. There we go, that'll work. Copy, paste. All right. I know I just made that phys y duplicate, but I'm going to duplicate the phys x again. Copy, paste. Get rid of that, it's not necessary. Phys y, because now it's already got the tamed parameters. Change y10, change y9, change y8, change y7, change y6, change y5, change y4, change y3, change y2, change y1. There we go. Dump that in there. Come over this side and let's see. Let's unreflect these. Okay, and I'm going to redo this one's Y as well. So that one also goes away. Copy. Paste. Get rid of the position adjustment. Is Y. Okay. Change Y10. Change Y9. Change Y8. Change Y7. Change Y6. Change Y5. Change Y4. Change Y3. Change Y2. Change Y1. There we go. Oh, your timing is fantastic, thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright. So now, if we come over here and we tick, this back one is still hyper-reactive Y. What's happening on the X? Reset magnification, yes. What on earth is going on here? I'll figure it out. That's way too drastic still. Alright, something like that ought to work. Well, you know what? That's why it wasn't in there yet. Now those two should behave the same. Or at least more similarly. Okay, that'll work. We can see where it's going, right? we can definitely start to see where this is going. So, compress down. Okay. Something along those lines, yeah. And then here. Like that. That's 2. And three. But I'm immediately gonna take this one and tone it down. All right, so that I don't have to come back and do that later. It's always easier to tone it down after an initial heavy-handed adjustment than to try and make it subtle from the get-go, I find. Because this way I can at least see exactly where I have been, so that come the time to do the adjustment, I am not completely lost. Okay, smidge more on this side. I'll have to see what's going on there. Next row. something like that. And that's number 3. Okay. So, copy, paste to turn it down. There we go. Copy, paste to tone it down. Good. All right. Next line. One. Two. And 3. Like so. Come back down here, copy and paste. Here, copy and paste. Hide you for now. Undo. It's a bit better. That was 0.6. Okay. In any case, that was 1. 2. 3. Okay. Copy and paste. There we go. And undo. It's just a little bit much still. Copy and paste. Yep, that's better. Copy and paste. There we go. Next. 1. 1. 2. 2. 3. And 3. Teo, hello, hello, welcome in. Is that Bestie? Oh, thank you for the headbats. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing? We're working on your physics. I do good. Planning galactic conquest, you know. Ah, fun, fun. Galactic conquest. Yeah, excuse you. Thank you. Thank you. That was the hydrate reminder. Ah, yes, I spotted that insane map that you dropped in our DMs. Wow. I wish you you can't see I'm saluting you, but good luck with your galactic conquest. Oh boy. Anyway, that timer was our hydrate reminder, so everyone acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage. And let's take a sip. I had a very, very recent delivery of fresh coffee, which should now be of a drinkable temperature. Let's see. You know I love space. I know, I know. I will not ever claim to understand a fraction of how the games you play work, but I am so glad you understand them, and I'm so glad you enjoy them. That sort of thing kind of goes over my head a little bit. No. One day I will teach you the joys of Star Sector and how customizing a giant fleet down to each weapon slot and what weapons out of thousands you can add to each slot. It's fun. My dear, I cannot remember what I had for breakfast this morning, if I had breakfast this morning. I will completely lose track on a resource management game. Or a strategic game of such magnitude. I am guaranteed to lose track. I can't even remember what all the numbers on my hotbar do when I'm playing an MMO, and there are only like 9 buttons. There's only 9 buttons, and I can't remember what each one does. Shh. Oh. This is why I appreciate when a game is designed with simplicity in mind for those of us who have not got the aptitudes for these huge conquests of grand proportions. Okay, so next ones all go in twos, so no, I think this one I can afford to go 3 as well. 1 2 and that one should be 3 if I'm not completely daft. There we go. Tone it down, so from about there, copy and paste. And on this side, copy and paste. There we go. It can afford to be slightly less. No. Undo. Undo. There. That's good. Alright, that'll do the trick, that'll do the trick. Next 2 are in 2s, so you are gonna be one, one, two, two, and then just 1. Nope, nope, nope. Still not quite there. Almost, right? Okay, that should do the trick. That should do the trick. Let's see. Taste. Okay. Pre-Y axis, it looks okay. Okay. So now we go copy, paste, get rid of that deformer, call this one phys Y. There we go. 10, change to Y10. 9, change to Y9. 8, change to Y8. 7, change to Y7. 6, change to Y6. 5, change to Y5. 4, change to Y4. 3, change to Y3. 2, change to Y2. 1, change to Y1. Okay. There's X inside there's Y. Test. Okay. They're bouncing and sliding past each other, which gives the sense that they are not all the same piece, which is what we are after. That is what we are looking for. Okay, victory on that front. So now there are only few things that remain to be corrected. Firstly, we get rid of those vertices because we're not going to use them. We get rid of those vertices because we're not going to use them. And now we put you in a deformer. There's X. Create. Pinch it that way. Pinch it that way. All right. I forgot to switch on the timer again. It's been about 5 minutes, I think. I'm gonna have another sip of coffee before it gets colder. It's already almost room temperature. No. Okay. Grab those. Apply. Bottom one. Now this one I'm not going to be able to confirm its behavior until until I have the back section rigged and ready as well. If I'm not mistaken, this I'm gonna undo this. Can that come over here? Grab you. Bind. That should put you guys squarely in the middle. Yeah. Now here, let's see how this behaves. Too much. So all of that goes away. And I'm gonna basically do the same over here. Get rid of the in-between detail because that is just gonna break things, apparently. That looks better. That one I can keep as is. This one I'm going to scrap the in-between detail as well. There we go. And on this side. Okay, that should do the trick there. Now, next, I just want to see. Okay, it is in fact attached to that one. Okay. Hide you. Okay. Something is weird. That's why. Okay. That's why this is weird. That's why this is acting weird. Gotcha. No. More green. More green. Okay. Now I see what's happening. Okay. Okay. Next, that's one. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me do the meshing on these ones finished. I think that's what I'm going to do first. Okay, so what's the time? Make a note. Six. Okay, 4-hour time tracking, and then from that, we're going to do meshing again. So we are on the back skirt section, and what we're going to do is we're going to go mirror edit. No. We're going to clear that. And that. And that. That should do the trick. Wait, what happened here now? Something just did the dumb. Let's see what just did the dumb here. Did I run out of battery without paying attention? Probably. Yep, I ran out of battery. Okay. Noted. 2% battery. Okay, so hopefully it'll charge fast enough to not be an issue. We shall see. Okay. So now we keep meshing. I know it looks a little bit octopus-like right now, but it'll get better. Okay. Looks a little bit crazy and confusing right now, probably. But we'll get there. Okay, now this one. Okay. Next, you. And then we'll go down another stretch. Okay. Oh man, that was a third. No! It was only a third. Okay. Let's see how far we can go. When I'm zoomed out this much, I feel so inaccurate in terms of where I'm placing these things. Okay, next line. Ew. Next line. Eyes are swimming a little bit. There we go, there we go. Almost through. Almost through. Now, let me just take that off. Oh. Coffee before it's completely cold. There's not much left. Too late, it is completely cold. But now it's gone. Okay. I need to zoom in. I can't work at that level. It's just way, way, way too inaccurate. I feel like I'm clicking in the middle of nowhere. And that's the hydrate. Okay. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. I've just polished my coffee, so now I'm on water again. What's everyone else drinking? What are your hydrates this day? I just polished my water as well. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to see if I can finish meshing this one piece, and then I am going to call it because my eyes are swimming this day. Still gonna be a while, at least another half an hour, I think, of work. Okay, I will keep going until this last hydrate reminder goes off, because at that point I haven't got any hydrates left. So if I'm going to hydrate, I need to actually get up and move me bones. So let's see what we can get right here. Alright, so now we go grab this, copy, flip horizontal, paste, mirror edit, no. Okay, that should work. Now, if I put this in f is x, create, squash that, squash that, make this 5. No, it needs to be at least 16. Okay. Clear it. We need at least 2 here. Make that 2 as well. Grab you. Grab you. Shift. Up like that. There we go. Now, here, this needs to be 16, yes, okay. Now, this bunch. I'm not satisfied as well. There we go. Oh boy. Undo, undo. Five. Three. Four. Four. Okay. That's the one I'm looking for. So you. And you. Come up like so. And you. And you. Come up like so. Okay. Now, connect. Here. X. All right. Then next one. It's quite drastic, but let's see how it applies. So that's one. 2. Let's just hide that. And hide that, because I can't think while looking at those. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Clear it. Try it again. Let's go systematically. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Like that. So that's 3, 4, 3 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Rotate. 1. 2. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Parameter, motion mirroring. Parameter, motion mirroring. Okay. Next. You. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next one. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next. Let's start on the opposite side where there's no distortion. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're slowly but certainly getting through this one. Hide. 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 Okay. Okay, so from there, 1, 2, 3, and then from here, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Hide the primary skirt because I'm just getting confused with what I'm seeing now. Introduce this opacity down to like 20, just so that I can actually see my vertex points. There we go. So that's the top of the next one. Or the bottom of the next one. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Slowly but certainly getting there. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm actually going to delete this glue for a bit. Just so that I can actually see what's happening. Okay. We're steadily getting through. And that is the final hydrate for the day. Everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage. Mine are all done. That was the timer that I set to say, okay, Harrier, stop for today before you get stuck in until ridiculous hours of the morning again. My eyes are swimming already. I'm going to continue this piece of physics in the morrow because I can't keep track of where I was. But thank you guys so much for joining us for a bit of joint productivity. I hope that you were able to be a little bit productive in your own projects as well. Yeah, it's a big job. Big job. Time check for time tracking. There we go. That is... Shucks, I messed up. But I had the memory of the timer, so. All right, I will make use of that. So, I am keeping a log of how long I'm spending on what kind of task, so that I can budget accordingly when I'm doing my price changes for January. So it's kind of crazy, but we are slowly but certainly conquering time management and the model simultaneously. We're getting places, slowly but certainly. Plugging through. Let me just hit the save button over here as well, and I will come back to this in the morning. But alright, so today has been Thursday, which means tomorrow is offline work day. And I will be doing the watch along on Discord on Sunday. So I will make sure that I've got the movie on my side as well, obviously. So if you want to join us for the watch along, you'll find the information on my Discord. And yes, that is not going to be a public viewing thing. And we'll see what happens. Yeah. Enjoy. Thank you for joining us. Watch along is on Sunday. Nothing is happening between now and Sunday. So have fun, enjoy your weekend, rest well when you get to it, and until next time, everyone, cheery, cheery, bye.